Karen's audacity reached an alarming peak when she sent a group of goons to cut the power to my property at night. She assumed that intimidation, disruption, and threats would compel compliance with her HOA's arbitrary rules. What she did not anticipate was that I was fully prepared, legally protected, and ready to turn her audacious attempt into a lesson she would never forget. It began late at night, under the cover of darkness, when masked operatives approached the property carrying tools and equipment to sabotage the power lines. Karen, orchestrating remotely, believed she could manipulate fear to enforce her authority. Her audacity was fueled by previous successes against less prepared neighbors. She assumed the same tactics would intimidate me into submission. I had already anticipated such a move. Security cameras, motion sensors, and automated alerts monitored every entry point. As the intruders approached, my systems were activated, immediately alerting me and recording every action. The goons assumed darkness and surprise would grant them advantage, but they had no idea I had full situational awareness and contingency plans in place. As they reached the power access points, I intervened decisively. Using a combination of tactical lighting, remote lockdowns, and audible warnings, I made my presence known while controlling the perimeter. The audacity of the intruders was met with authority, preparation, and strategic leverage. Their plan, once bold, began to collapse in the face of organized resistance. Karen, monitoring remotely, expected fear, hesitation, and compliance. Instead, she witnessed her proxies immobilized and exposed, every action documented for legal and public accountability. Her audacious scheme, intended to manipulate, had become a liability she could not manage. I moved next to reinforce authority through direct presence. Approaching the operatives with a visible shotgun, I asserted control over the situation, ensuring that any further aggressive action would meet immediate consequence. The masked intruders, caught off guard, scrambled in confusion. Their audacious plan had failed spectacularly. Neighbors and onlookers began to gather, drawn by lights, alarms, and activity. Karen's audacity, previously effective through intimidation, was now publicly exposed as reckless and ineffective. The community witnessed firsthand how preparation, authority, and decisiveness neutralize aggression. I documented the entire event in real time, collecting video, audio, and situational records. The legal framework surrounding trespass, attempted sabotage, and harassment ensured that Karen and her operatives would face direct consequences. Her audacious attempt had directly created liability for herself and her proxies. By early morning, the property was fully secure, the power uninterrupted, and Karen's plan nullified. Her audacity had backfired completely, resulting in public humiliation, legal exposure, and community awareness of her reckless behavior. Cedar Pines residents learned once again that audacity without preparation, foresight, and authority is powerless. Reflecting on the incident, the lesson was unmistakable. Boldness rooted in entitlement may appear threatening, but when confronted with readiness, legal knowledge, and strategic action, it collapses entirely. Karen's repeated attempts at intimidation had escalated from harassment to near sabotage, and each time, her audacity met failure. That morning, Cedar Pines shared the story widely. Karen's attempt to cut the power had transformed into a cautionary tale of recklessness meeting preparation. Audacity without skill, foresight, and authority is meaningless, and those who rely on intimidation and entitlement inevitably face the consequences of their own miscalculation. Karen had once again underestimated her target, leaving her exposed, accountable, and humiliated.